You know, that piece to the story was like my catalyst to everything that changed for me. At the 12-year mark, it was the first time I ever been impacted for my job. So first time I was ever laid off.
Mm.
And these were just due to unseen and circumstances. So in that particular time, I was just kind of, you know, it was a shock to the system. Anybody that's ever gotten laid off, it's like you're thinking about, okay, well, how am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna, satisfy all my other financial obligations? What are my kids gonna think about me, right?
That's right.
And so forth. And your identity is so tied to that one particular area or your job or that industry, and you're like, well, what do I do next? But I remember that day, and I went across the street from the this is the time at Rogers, and I went to visit a friend. His name is Damian Wilson. He was right across the street working at Manulife at the time. And I told him the news, and I'm, all shook, and I'm like all emotional. Like, what am I gonna do? He goes, you know what? I'm so glad this happened to you. Like, what do you mean you're glad this happened to me? I just got fired. Like, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. And he's like, this is God is really gonna have you right now, and he's gonna show you something that you never seen before. And at that point in time, I was like, dude, you must be smoking something before you started work. But he was right. That situation catapulted me into discover gifts and talents that I never thought that was possible. And I sit here in front of you now because of that instance, because back then I was just in my little tight bubble. But navigating new waters and stepping out of my comfort zone is something that I had to explore, going through a bunch of different exercises when it came to developing my mindset, watching and listening to motivational speakers like Les Brown. I'd watch Joel Osteen. I went to Tony Robbins,
Nice.
Unleash the Power Within. Those moments during that point in time when I was in transition of trying to find a new job really catapulted me to the next level. So I thank God for that moment. Because who knows, I would have probably just had that same cap that I had
Yeah.
on the whole time that I'm gonna climb this corporate ladder.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah.